Law enforcement agencies investigating a contractor accused of tricking customers into down payments for work that he falsely promises to do.
Our 6 News investigations have led to more victims coming forward. Mike McKnight explains the suspect is using the same lie to gain trust and money over and over.
Seriously wounded in the Vietnam War, 78-year-old Jack Swaney knows the difficulty that his disabled daughter faces at home today.
She's usually pushing around the wheelchair, so it makes it a lot more convenient for her to have the family room and the bedroom and the garage and the kitchen, everything on one floor.
So the retired architect is rebuilding a home for them both and went shopping for material when a contractor sold him a lie.
Well, I was at Home Depot looking at the flooring, and he just approached me because he said he was a flooring contractor and he was on the approved list with Home Depot. So I said, well, I really need a plumber. So that's how the whole conversation started.
Same contractor, same story that he told Angela McWilliams and her mom.
He just approached us and asked if we needed our flooring laid because he contracted with Home Depot.
Migraine sufferer Manuel Gallegos approached by the same contractor.
He stated he contracts for Home Depot.
Home Depot tells me contractor Jose Juarez Baños is no longer an authorized sub and wasn't when approaching all the customers, but lying isn't a crime. Taking large down payments from each of them,
$2,400 cash money,
and not doing the work
didn't show up at all,
is theft by deception.
I saw your little piece on the news about this other guy that he screwed, and I said, this is ridiculous. We got to stop this guy.
Swaney filed a report with Bellevue police alleging fraud.
After paying the contractor $2,400 down 3 months ago for plumbing materials, the homeowner got tired of waiting and purchased these pipes himself. As far as a refund from the contractor, he's still waiting.
Detectives from Bellevue and Omaha police, along with the Douglas County Sheriff, are pursuing fraud investigations involving contractor Jose Juarez Baños.
It would be nice to see justice with this. He needs to go to court, and restitution, if we can get our money back, that would be fantastic.
I called the number the contractor lists on contracts.
The call cannot be completed as the called party is temporarily unavailable.
But Angela has numerous texts from the contractor, all excuses for no work or refund.
Oh, I think he might have blocked me.
Jack counts 100 texts from Jose Juarez Baños, with delays becoming promises of a $2,400 refund that's yet to be paid.
I sent him a text. I said, there will be a time when we cross paths.
In criminal courts, Jack Swaney hopes to see the contractor again after investigators from 3 law enforcement agencies finish building solid cases for alleged fraud. On your side in Bellevue, Mike McKnight, 6 News.
A spokesperson says Home Depot is working with law enforcement on this issue. There are at least 4 victims alleging fraud, and court records show active felony warrants for the contractor, Jose Juarez Baños. If you know where investigators can find him, call the Douglas County Sheriff's Office.